Good morning, guys. Hopefully you can see me. I can't see my damn screen. I think it's my thing that's on my screen. So I'm currently walking 10 miles for no good reason. Just kidding. There's a reason. The reason is actually because I decided to do 48 miles in the month of September with some clients of mine. And it's walk, run, jog. Well, it ends in 3 days and I'm just a tad bit behind. So I really want to get caught up before the end. But today, I wanted to talk about something that has been a part of my life for a really long time. And that's bipolar. Okay? I am going to title this video Coping with Somebody, or helping, maybe something like helping a loved one cope with bipolar, or how to live with somebody with bipolar. I could name it 1,000 things. Who knows what I'll come up with, okay? But here's the thing. I'll start from the beginning, okay? And I'll try to make this under 10 minutes. I got time, right? We got time? Yeah, we got time. And I might put my hand down here or up here or wherever. My arm's freaking heavy, so, you know, it gets tiring. When I was a little guy, I was diagnosed ADHD at a pretty young age. And I took ADHD medication for a long time. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not ADHD now, or that I know everything about bipolar or ADHD or anything like that. But I've been in and out of counselors my whole life. And I got to a breaking point a few years back when I was married. And the reason I was thinking of titling it something like this is because my ex-wife used to look up how to cope with somebody with bipolar, this and that, and she was really trying, and that's a very commendable thing, and I appreciate that. But at the time, I didn't. The thing I think that most people don't understand about bipolar is, first of all, it's not a joke. We have seemingly in music, songs, and, you know, on TV shows and movies and everything, we've glamorized bipolar as something that it's exciting, or it's great because you have all this energy and stuff like that. So I would like to say, first of all, a few years back I was diagnosed bipolar 1 severe mania, which is a little bit less common. Well, actually, it's a lot less common than bipolar 2 with depression. Now, mine is signaled. Usually, I have more high times than I do depressive times, which, in all honesty, I'm okay with that. I would rather stay out of the depression because that's a very scary place. By the way, if you're struggling with mental illness or anything like that, please get help. My son, unfortunately, it's coming up on close to a year that he passed away. I think we're at 10 months right now. And he overdosed on pills and died. My brother, when I was younger, committed suicide, and I would assume that that would be some part of mental illness. It's been a significant part of my life in so many different traumatizing ways. The idea here is to hopefully educate and help you understand, not to make you pity my life or anything like that, okay? It hurts so bad losing people you love. The obvious is when they never come back. Being somebody that is bipolar, this becomes, unfortunately, a very real normal occurrence. People leave and they never come back. One of the most difficult things for being bipolar is holding relationships of any kind, whether they are romantic or they are friendships, partnerships, as far as like working together or anything like that. One of the things that I would most recommend, if you are a person that loves or cares about somebody or is around somebody that has bipolar, is the number one key that you have to understand is, two things. That there is a genuine person inside us. Okay? There is. And the other thing is, you have to be a patient person. One of the hardest things about being bipolar for me is the lack of impatience, the sense of constant urgency. Many of us have some form of extreme self-medication. It could be food, alcohol, shopping, gambling, drugs, all kinds of things, okay? With me, I've done a pretty damn good job of eliminating some of those things. I don't gamble because I work too damn hard for my money and I don't believe in it, okay? Trying not to get my damn shoes dirty, walking in the freaking middle of nowhere right now, this damn dirt area. I guess I shop. I like to shop. The thing, I don't do drugs. I don't smoke anymore. I don't really drink. I've eliminated those for a lot of reasons. If I give one piece of advice to somebody that is dealing with bipolar in themselves, I would suggest whatever you do too much, back the fuck away from it. I don't care if you drink, back off. If you're drinking every day and you're bipolar, stop. Stop completely. If you're smoking weed, stop. If you're smoking cigarettes, stop. If you're not exercising, start. If you're not drinking water, start. If you're drinking caffeine morning, noon, and night, stop. If you're eating food like crazy, stop. Okay? Don't say you're bipolar. Okay? Unless you are a doctor, if this is actually a medical diagnosis. The reason I say that is because the mind is a very powerful thing. The mind can heal or the mind can hinder. It really just depends on which you prefer. So, I've gotten to the point to where I use bipolar as a tool. When I'm really, really, really high, I use it to be active. I use it to inspire people. Made it 3 miles. I did it under an hour, 56 minutes. I don't know if you could hear that, but that was kind of loud right in my ears. I do it to get extra work done or make some videos or anything like that. something that I have no idea where that video ended, or if my phone was full, or what the hell happened. But what I was trying to explain is, when you're like Mario on Super Mario Brothers, when he gets the fireball and he starts jumping around, or he gets the Sonic the Hedgehog, you get the little spin and it shoots you through or whatever. Just know that it wears off in a minute. Okay? It's not anger necessarily, it's just some kind of mechanism inside the mind is not set up to be able to process properly. Okay? So, the biggest thing is understanding that there's just some like wires crossed. You know, it's kind of like, have you ever had a short inside your car and like you roll up one window and the turn signal turns on, you're like, what the hell? That's how our brains operate. You know, everything's there, it's put in there right, but something just lays on the wrong line and screws up a little. What's that smell? It smells like something burning. Understanding that if you are dealing with somebody that is like this, you're not going to change this person. You're not going to fix this person. I am not in any way, shape, or form saying that medication will not help, because I am a firm believer. Go ahead, get the hell out of the way, dude. Fucking ding dong. I love when people, like, you're running across the street and they just stare at you like a fucking idiot. Like I'm trying to get out of the goddamn road. That's what I'm talking about right there. Right there. So, you're not going to change this person. This person doesn't mean they're fixable. Okay? It's not, yes, the wires are crossed, and I'm a firm believer in thinking that medication can help a lot of people. Okay? There's great medications out there for a lot of people. I am not advocating that you do this the way I do this. Okay? Through doing my best to eat right, through doing my best to stay active, through doing my best to constantly try to just focus on my condition and understand it a little bit better, I am working on, being the best non-medicated version of myself, because I am convinced that I can do it. But you have to remember, your bipolar is not going to go away. 99.9% of you out there need a medication. Okay? You do. And if you think you're better, it's because you're on the medication, and that's why you're better. Don't stop taking the medication. Talk to your doctor. Listen to them. Listen to your family members. Listen to the people around you. Listen to yourself. But do make sure you're doing what's best for everybody, including yourself. If you are dealing with somebody that is bipolar, you got to understand that this can be the most passionate, most amazing, most intense, most emotional, most physically present person that you will ever experience in your entire fucking life. But it can also be very challenging. It takes time. It takes patience. Okay? We're a different breed. We really are. But I will say that we're pretty fucking amazing. And I'm not saying that as a grandiose thing, because I know damn well, as do many of you, that grandiose or thinking you can achieve anything is part of being bipolar. But here's the thing. You can achieve everything. You can achieve anything you want to achieve. And I think that's one of the best things of the condition. It's not a disease, it's a condition. And conditions can work in your favor. They can work with you, they can work against you. It really just depends on how you want to work with people. If you love this person work with them. Let them become the best version of themselves, and you will, your life will light up like you had never even imagined possible. The thing is, I've achieved a lot of things in my life. But I'll tell you what, only time I started achieving those things is when I got the cigarettes, I got the drugs, I got the alcohol, I got the food, and I got all those things under control. If you're taking bipolar medication and you're smoking weed or doing meth or getting drunk every other day, you're putting yourself in a prime position to not be on this planet anymore, so stop fucking around. I'm not playing with you. When you do have these lines crossed inside your head, they are very important lines, okay? These are the serotonins and the dopamines. These are the neurological patterns inside your mind that are supposed to be a certain way. And yours are not. Yours are different. And research shows that self-medication, through whatever shape or form it is, whether it's drugs, alcohol, gambling, shopping, all of these things feed into the condition, but on the bad side, okay? I'm not going to say you can't shop. I'm not going to say you can't gamble. I'm not going to say you can't drink. My phone apparently is overheating. That's 4 miles. Nice. Okay. So, I'm at 4 miles apparently. The other thing that you can help with somebody who is bipolar is get them on a regular sleep schedule. Okay? If you are somebody, okay, so have you ever missed like some sleep one night and then you wake up the next day, you know, you only got 2-3 hours of sleep, you stay binging Netflix all night or something like that? Well, you know how you're dragging ass the next day? Well, we technically usually don't get to that point. It does the reverse effect for us. It sends us into a manic episode. Okay? So we decide, and our minds decide, our crossed lines decide that we no longer need sleep. We function better without it. And we literally spiral out of control by doing this. So a regular sleep schedule, 9 p.m., wake up at 5, whatever it is, get your 7-8 hours of sleep every single night. Help them do that. Help remind them. The other thing is get on a regular organized schedule. One of the things that fucks me up most, and I've noticed, is when I'm on a regular schedule and then all of a sudden I throw something in it to spin it all out of control. Recently, I decided that I was going to really take this cabin idea where I'm going to go to a cabin or buy a cabin. I took it all to the new next level, right? So I started doing that by, first of all, I'm a personal trainer and I train full time. I train all day, usually Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. And then in addition to that, I decided I was going to get a job at Walmart to be able to help pay off debt so I can get into a position to be able to do it faster. Well, then I thought, well, I can really maximize it, and on the days in between training, when I'm not training, I could do DoorDash. I set myself into a whirl of hurt. Mentally, I was crashing. I was overwhelmed. I was really stressed out all the time. And finally, after a couple months now, I put myself in a position to get 1 day off per week. And although I am paying off debt, be careful of letting them do too much too fast. Now, here's the thing. There's a balance. Somebody who's bipolar and who has severe mania is going to normally do about 10 times the average person already. But if you get up there where 20, 30 times and you really know they're stretching themselves thin, try to help them relax, help them put in more self-care and things to help bring them down a little bit, create a little bit more balance inside their lives, get a little bit more organized, do a daily schedule. Something else, okay? Vanessa's gonna laugh about this because I talk to her a lot about the things. Is organization within your living space. I know this, and I've known this for a while, is when you're bipolar, your surroundings resemble how your state of mind a lot of the times. And they can be very scattered and messy and disastrous, for lack of better terms, dirty and all over the place. One of the best things that you can do is keep your living space clean. Try to keep it organized. At the very least, make it smell good and try to put things in their place, because that energy will bounce back off onto you. Now, I know if you're dealing with somebody that's bipolar, one day they could be taking apart an entire engine in the living room. The next day they could be, doing something with positive energy and stuff like that. So a lot of the times we're all over the place, and it can be very difficult. The living space that was cleaned yesterday could be completely catastrophized by today. And I understand that. And that can be very difficult. But just try to do friendly reminders with these people. And help them understand that if they just work on it a little bit each every day, they're going to put themselves in a better position to be able to, hopefully I'm going to make it across this green light without having to run like a ding dong, because I don't like running across the light because everybody sees you. But hopefully my phone doesn't time out. Another thing that you can think about is helping them understand that they can achieve things, but also understanding that a lot of things take time. When you're bipolar, you want things now, like instantly. It's a very self-gratification type condition. If I want to travel the world, I want to do it now. And that's okay. Okay? I used to think I could do it all now. And now I really do know that I can do it all now. But now doesn't mean all now. Now means to start planning now. Now means I could take the first step in the right direction of now. What I mean by that is 4 or 5 years ago, I decided to start traveling the world, and I came up, got a wild hair up my ass, and I'm like, I'm going to go to every country in the world before I die. And I wanted to be, a guy that did do what he said he was going to do. So I set out at 6.5 countries per year, and I figured 30, 35 years, I'll have them all done, right? Well, we got this COVID-19 bullshit, so that's kind of throwing a wrench in everybody's stuff this year. But I did have a ticket booked to Athens, and I was going to hit a few countries. It looks like we're going to have to wait on that, but current number of countries that I've been to, that I have entered, physically entered, is 29. Before I started traveling, it was 2. The United States, where I live, and Mexico, and just in the border town. You could really, really, really achieve amazing things. I'm on a fast track to be able to get a cabin by 7/23/23. And you might be thinking, what the hell's significant about that date? Absolutely fucking nothing. The only thing that's significant about that date is the fact that on 7/23/23, I decided to make a date 3 years from that date where I owned a cabin. That's it. And I gave myself enough time. I figured 5 years was too long. 3 years was give me a good push. And I've officially started saving money for the first time in my life. As a person that is bipolar, I'm extremely proud of this. I am 39 years old, and I have never saved over $50 or $100 in my life. I'm not going to say how much I have, but it's quite a bit more than I've ever saved. Quite a bit more than $50 or $100. I only started a few months ago, but I will say that something that I've implemented with myself is 10% of everything I make goes to savings. That's what I'm doing. Because I've tried, as a bipolar person, we go to the extreme, and I've done this before and failed. So if you have a bipolar person in your family, or somebody that you're trying to work with or help, or a loved one that you're trying to inspire to be able to chase their dreams, tell them to start with something small. Whether it's, I would say, do the 10% rule, because that's only $10 out of $100. Here's what I used to do and how it used to catastrophically failurize on me all the time. I used to say, I got $100, I'm gonna save 75. I got $500, I'm saving 450. 3 days later, I would need that money because realistically, I was in no position to be able to save on that level. If you get a $450 check, you can't save 400 of it because your expenses are too high. That's just not possible. If you're living with parents, then it could be. If you're in a position to where you don't have a lot of bills, you can save that high percentage. But here's what I would say. Little bit at a time is better than a lot bit and gone in time. So, I hope this video helps you. If you have questions or if you're struggling with somebody with bipolar, please feel free to ask. I know I can't cover everything, but I hope these little bit of tips do help you. And when your doctor says, eat right, exercise, fucking listen to them. I never did. And it really has been the one thing that has changed my life most. You guys, be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. Drink your damn water. Stay the fuck on track. Hashtag Team Boo. Please send some positive energy for my son that is out there, hopefully among the stars. I don't know how the world works, and I'm not going to pretend to. But I know if energy exists, he's still here, okay? I know he is. And please, 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 if you're struggling mentally and you're not sure what to do, reach out to somebody. Have a beautiful day.